This is the 2022 version of the Honda Pilot SE. It has a sticker price of $43,280 as this particular model sits. But that doesn't necessarily mean that's the price you have to pay. That's why our website is so important to you. So when we finish today's video, make sure to check out the link down in the description of the video to the FindTheBestCarPrice.com website, where we are going to teach you for free how to contact car dealerships via email and basically go about setting yourself up to get the best deal possible. Before we do that though, let's take a look at this Honda Pilot SE. By the way, if you're wondering about the exterior color, that is called Sonic Gray, if you didn't already know. And if you're wondering what SE stands for, it stands for Special Edition. So that's what this is, the Pilot Special Edition. And often I am asked about the turn signal indicators being in the side view mirrors. As you can see, they most certainly are in these power side view mirrors. Now they're not power folding, as you can see right there, but you can manually fold those, and a good option that comes with this model is that side step right there. It's not necessarily that this SUV is that high off the ground, but you know, that does have its advantages for getting in and out just for kind of sure-footedness. You're going to have those black Special Edition rims. Those are 20-inch wheels, by the way. And let's see here if we can get you a good shot here without getting the sun. It's kind of hard to avoid that today. But get you a good shot of those LED headlights. You've got the LED daytime running lights and also the LED fog lights down there on the lower portion of the bumper. Of course, just an overall nice look to the Pilot. And if you're wondering what some of the potential changes might be for the 2023 version of the Pilot, I think one thing we'll see change is going to be the overall design here of the front end. You can actually see that change on the 2021 and 2022 versions of the Ridgeline truck from Honda. The Pilot is available in either front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive. This model is front-wheel drive, and under the hood is the singular engine available for this model. It is a stout 3.5-liter V6 from Honda, making 280 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque. That's mated to a 9-speed automatic transmission. But let's talk about the gas mileage. I mentioned it's better than most of its competition. It's 20 miles per gallon city, 27 estimated out on the highway, a combined total of 23 miles per gallon with those numbers. And for every 100 miles you drive, Honda says you should go through 4.3 gallons of gas. And here is the remote for the 22 version of the Pilot. Not really any changes there, but of course, my favorite feature, I must say, is the fact that you do have remote start. Here on the Special Edition trim level, you will find a power hands-free tailgate. And right here, if you're wondering how to use that hands-free feature, there is the instruction sticker. But you can either kick your foot underneath, or you can actually just swipe it like that and just be patient. It's not going to happen in the instant that you swipe your foot or touch the bumper underneath there. And let's talk a little bit about towing capabilities. If you have a front-wheel drive model, you're going to be maxing out at 3,500 pounds towing capacity, or if you have all-wheel drive, you can tow up to 5,000 pounds. And of course, this is a 3-row model, very easy to use as far as configuring these seats. Let's see if I can do this one-handed. There we go. Get one of those seats down. You also have a mat right here that's going to extend the entire length of the floor back here up to that second row of seats to keep things nice and clean, depending on what you're hauling back here, protecting your carpet, the interior. But that's not the only thing here that's very useful. If for some reason you have something you need to haul that's maybe going to have some dirt or sand in it or something like that, and you don't want to get this carpet dirty for whatever reason, maybe you don't have that cover that we just looked at for the floor, here is what you can do. And I don't know if I can do this one-handed. Let's find out. And that was so easy to do one-handed that I had to cut to the next scene. In other words, it wasn't very easy to do that. But as you can see, you also have a plastic side to this floor, so that has its advantages, a bit of a multitasker. You also have a third option. You can actually stow the floor itself right down here inside of the cargo area. And here are your numbers as far as cargo capacity go. As low as 16 with everything in its upright position, or all the way to 83.9 with everything folded flat, including those middle row seats as well. And while I have the opportunity, instead of getting into the back seat, since it has the plastic on the seats back here, I'm not going to take that off because this is about to be delivered to a customer. I'll just show you what you have here as far as the air conditioning vent, the cup holders, and this little spot right here is actually there so that you can mount a cargo cover if you wish to. And a quick look here into the interior, the rear seat area. Taking a quick look at the door bin right there, you're going to have dual cup holders right here, two different sizes. You have the same thing on the passenger side door over there, and there is the window shade that you're going to have on both sides as well, depending on what your rear or middle row seat passengers, I should say, want to do. They can leave that up and or down. And one of the advantages here, let's see if I can do this one-handed, there we go, of this setup here is that, as you can see, that is adjustable. So if your rear seat passengers need a little extra leg room, well, it is available. And of course, just so you know what's here, the fold down armrest with the cup holders. And looking at the rear of the console, you're going to see that you have the controls for the air conditioning, have tri-zone climate here, and down there on the bottom, of course, a couple of USB ports for connectivity for your rear seat passengers. And for those of you who want to see a panoramic sunroof, maybe we'll see that when a full redesign comes for the Pilot. But for now, you do have a sunroof, but it is the conventional size. You'll notice a little more accessory here on the driver's side door here in the front. Going to have an upper and lower door bin, a little bit more space there, plus seat memory. That's always a benefit. If you have more than one driver, you got two settings for that. If you're wondering where you control the positioning of the side view mirrors, here's where that is. If you want to drive in Econ mode, well, there is that button to turn that on. And you can also open and close that power rear lift gate right here on the driver's side door. There's also how you open the gas door if you're ready to fill up with gas. If you're wondering where that is, we'll hit the push button start. Take a look as the instrument cluster does its thing and comes on right there. Steering wheel mounted controls, everything pretty easy to figure out here, I think, but something that I notice a lot of drivers here in Northwest Louisiana have trouble figuring out. What is this lever for besides controlling the headlight functionality? It's called the blinker stalk or the blinker lever. See that? That arrow that's blinking to the right, that means the right side turn signals are on in the front and rear, and the same thing right there going to the left when you push it into the down position. When you're turning to the left or changing lanes to the left, you do that. When you're turning to the right or changing lanes to the right, you do that. It's really, really challenging, I know. At least it seems that way here in Northwest Louisiana. Kind of like getting those words out of my mouth. So, gotta have something to laugh at if you made it to this point in the video, right? You're going to have paddle shifters right here, kind of something that might seem out of place on a vehicle like this, but they are there. You do have a sport mode you can drive in, by the way. And Honda's infotainment screen, very simple to use, very easy to navigate. Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, so you can connect your smartphone directly. That has a lot of advantages. And just to show you a little bit of what is here, we won't go through everything just to save some time, but let's take a look at what the rear view camera looks like, just so you know what's there. And by the way, you will not buy a vehicle, a brand new vehicle now in the United States that does not have a rear view camera. And here's something interesting that I like to show. Got my foot on the brake right now and we're in reverse. But let's just say somebody's in a big rush and they forget and just push the button right here to shut the engine off. What's going to happen? Well, you'll see right there, the transmission will still automatically go into park. So just in the event that somebody might be curious about that, the controls for the air conditioning here, like I said, you've got dual zone climate control. You can sync those together so they both work at the same time or work with the same temperature, depending on when you're adjusting it. If you're adjusting the temperature, both will adjust the same. Of course, you can turn that off as well. And you do have a little bit of space right here. Heated seats, heated only, not ventilated, and some more connectivity here right above the wireless phone charging pad. So if you have a smartphone, you can use that. And we already kind of looked at this just a little bit, but there is your push button shifter. Got the cup holders right there. And let me slide back what I always think of as a garage door when I open that up to take a look into the interior of the rather spacious console. Here you can see more connectivity there, another 12 volt and a USB port right there, but that's actually pretty deep. And something else that is always kind of been interesting to me is called the conversation mirror. So that way, I guess, when mom or dad's letting the kids have it in the back seat for fighting or whatever the case may be, they can see their angry eyes in the conversation mirror. Kind of interesting to see that. And here are the controls for the sunroof, controlling everything there. Very easy to do. One thing I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, what exactly is new for the 2022 model year with the Pilot? The EX and LX trim levels are no longer available. Other than that, everything basically remains the same. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Gotta say a special thanks to all of you for taking the time to watch today's video. Remember to check out the link to our website, findthebestcarprice.com, down in the description of this video. And when you are successful at getting the best deal you possibly can on your next vehicle, share your success stories with us. We would love to hear about it. And we look forward to seeing you in the next video. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.